This video will explain what to do if the satellite icon in the upper right will not go green or if your boundaries are shifting. You can see your GPS diagnostic information by selecting the diagnostic bar in the upper right and then the GPS tab. Here you'll be able to see your latitude, longitude, number of satellites currently being seen, as well as other information. The GPS differential should always be set to RTK fixed. If you do not have a fix for your RTK, you may have an obstructed view of the sky. By moving into an unobstructed view, your differential should move to RTK fixed. If everything is powered on and you see no latitude and longitude information at all and the satellite is gray, verify that the GPS receiver attached to the roll bar of your machine is plugged in and the diagnostic lights are powered up. If you do see lat and long information and the satellite is still gray, you may have an issue with your steering controller, if present. If you do have auto steer, switch to manual guidance and see if that resolves the issue. You can switch to manual guidance by hitting the hamburger icon on the upper left-hand corner and then settings. Switch the setting from steady steer to manual guidance. If the GPS icon goes to green, you may have an issue with your steering controller and it will need to be updated. You can always run in manual guidance without auto steer for the time being until you have time to update your steering controller. If you do not have auto steer and that does not fix the issue, verify that the selected differential is set to RTK. If you select the differential tab, you can see your selected differential here. It should be set to RTK external. If it says anything other than RTK external, you will need to change the GPS settings. You can change them by hitting the hamburger icon and then settings. Select the wrench next to GPS 7500 and verify that the differential source is indeed set to RTK external. Also verify that the port settings are correct. The port settings configure the GPS messages that the receiver outputs to the display. All the NEMA messages should be enabled and the GPS position rate should be 10 Hz or above. If the GPS settings are all correct and your N-trip is connected, navigate back to the GPS diagnostics, verify that N-trip status says connected in the bottom right corner, and then also verify that there is a value in the RTK throughput column. This number should be close to 100% as long as you have an unobstructed view of the sky. If N-trip is connected and your internet source is connected and RTK throughput says 0, the aux cable in the back of the display may not be connected. Now I will demonstrate what happens if the auxiliary cable in the back of the display is unplugged. As you can see, I have good RTK throughput, we're connected to the N-trip status, and we have an RTK fix. If I look at our network settings, we have a good internet connection as well. If I unplug the auxiliary cable, our RTK throughput will slowly drop to 0. You'll see differential move from RTK fix to RTK assist, and eventually we will lose RTK and our boundaries will begin to shift until the auxiliary cable is plugged back in.